Hilton.
Now, Greg, let me
Yes,
tell you,
yes, sir.
tonight is special because tonight you get fresh vegetables and it will cost you no points.
Ooh, that sounds like a nice little treat. Thank you. I'm kneeling right now as you're saying that, so thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You better be.
Also with us this evening, Mr. Daryl Taylor.
I'm not bowing down for no damn vegetables.
You're not kneeling for those vegetables? No.
I'm not dealing for no vegetables.
So Jim Dietz will be with us in just a few minutes. We're gonna go ahead and get started.
But he would kneel for some spaghetti and meatballs.
That's different.
That's lasagna. You do it right.
It's different. It's Italian food. That's great.
That's good. Okay, you can kneel for that anytime.
Maybe one knee.
So like I said, Jim will be with us in just a few minutes. Aaron couldn't make it this week. However, Aaron did send in his Buster ratings and his riveting review of #Passage. Fear the Walking Dead #Passage brought to you by Taco Bell Live Moss. So don't fear, we've got that for you coming up in just a little bit. This was an extended episode again, guys. An hour and a half episode, directed by Rosemary Rodriguez, written by Angela Kang and Corey Reed. So your initial thoughts?
First of all, I didn't even realize it was an hour and a half because I
You feel
recorded it on DVR and I fast forward commercials, so
Yeah.
it just felt like a regular episode to me.
No, they stretched it 90 minutes. Like with commercials, 90 minutes, yeah.
But
Wow.
I actually watched it live with commercials and all. And
That drove me nuts.
yeah, but it kind of did. But I'm already. You can't drive me somewhere I've already at.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But even with that, it didn't. I mean, it felt like it moved through, paced very well. It didn't drag. Like, which one was the last 90-minute one? Because I remember that one felt just like it was a little too long.
I think what,
This
second
one-
episode in or third or something like that. Yeah, it was right.
But this one paced very well. I liked it.
Well, it just had a lot of tension-filled scenes. I think you kept waiting for something to happen, especially whenever Negan was in the room with anybody. You never knew, like, is he gonna bash the guy in the head that brought the bat? Is he gonna hit Carl? What is he gonna do? Like, it's just I don't know how long they can get away with the Negan character walking around and not hurting anybody because you're just
you feel it.
Like
Right,
you
right,
just keep
Hey,
feeling it.
Daryl, what is next week?
The mid-season finale.
Mid-season finale, yeah.
You can be damn sure he's going to be killing some people.
Oh, I'm
You think so? He's pretty much in the cards? Okay.
Lucille is looking a Mike Peckish at this point.
She's thirsty. She's thirsty. That's right.
Let
Okay.
me tell you. Yeah.
Like, I already saw like a Twitter thing of they're leaking that somebody might be dying on the cast.
Okay, to try to get the ratings a little bit better than they are, I'm
Right,
sure. Yeah, trying to bolster them a little bit, right?
Exactly.
My money on Carl's hair.
I don't know. I think Negan thinks Carl's adorable, in his words, right? So
Yeah, I think Carl is safe.
yeah,
I think Carl is safe.
No, he's safe. I'm just wishing they'd cut his hair or something.
it's definitely long. I mean, it looks like they haven't cut it in years. That's really what it's been. I mean, it looks like they just let it grow. Yeah.
Dude, I'm okay with long hair. I am. But there is a point where it is just excessively long, or your hair doesn't naturally need to be that long, because that's like when I tried to grow my hair out, where I've spent most of 1994 unsober, if you will. And when I barely, but when I don't remember the year very much, I'll tell you that. But it was 1994. But when I woke up around November sober and looked into the mirror, I was like, holy shit, I'm Meatloaf. And at that point, I realized I never needed to have long hair ever again. So, and not knocking Meatloaf, love Meatloaf, but I don't need the long.
Did you sing "Baby Sleep on It"?
Oh, let me tell you.
Did you watch Pulp Fiction that year too? And you remember that stuff? It's a good year, right? 94. Yeah.
Of course, 1994. I found Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
There you go.
Let me tell you. But anyway, I mean, I'm just saying, some people don't need to have long hair, and that boy looks like an upside down mop.
Well, it seems like, and again, deliberately they put the bangs over that eye. Like now that's just like his covering, his little camouflage, over his bad eye.
Because I never noticed how like they don't show like, and even in the comics, I think they do. They take a little bit more time to show you that it bothers him. What he looks like,
right?
Without the covering. So, but we don't get that. I mean, there's just so much stuff that's going on in the show. We just don't have time for that. Like too many scenes.
Right.
For that.
And what I'm about to say is me totally talking out the side of my ass. But
again,
if I were in that situation, if I were in that situation, I would say on the next supply run, somebody go buy a Joanne Fabrics and get me one of those big googly eyes, and I'm so just putting that right over it. And every time someone talks to me, I'm just gonna have that one eye just shaking back and forth.
Oh man,
that's pretty funny.
Let's get the dinner table.
Yeah. So
just because it's dystopian end of the world zombie apocalypse doesn't mean you can't have a little fun.
well, I mean, Negan seemed to get a big thrill out of seeing the exposed eye socket, the gore that's left of Carl's face, and
which they mimicked the comic Mr. Adler's drawing perfectly.
Yeah, it was well done. Was that CG, by the way, or was that just actually an appliance? Like, it looked really good.
I don't know. I didn't get Talking Dead to see.
Yeah, yeah, it was a long episode. I fell asleep.
I watched Talking Dead, but I kind of wasn't. I was half in and out watching it. Just waiting. Give me to the scene for next week so I can go to bed.
Yeah, that's at the end, the very, very end. They give you, right? Yeah.
Right.
All right, so we'll jump right into the episode. Again, it was a longer one, an hour and a half. But I mean, we saw a lot of the Saviors territory, a little bit more. They showed us a little wider views of kind of where they are, and we'll get into that in just a second. But I definitely enjoyed this episode. So the cold open, we see Michonne strolling down the street, whistling, the farmer in the dell. She's then stalked by a couple of walkers. She quickly takes him down. She then grabs the corpse by the legs and starts to drag one of them somewhere. We don't know where she's going. And then the camera then zooms into her walkie-talkie that Rick gave her, and it's in the bag on the ground. So we kind of see that. And then it kind of connects to the next scene where we see Rick and Aaron, who are looks like they're catching some sleep in the back of a box truck. And again, we see Rick's radio there as well. So they kind of connected that Rick and Michonne can be in touch with each other if they need to be. They open the back of the truck. Aaron sees something that they didn't see when it was dark last night. He goes, "Oh, we didn't kind of notice this last night, but you don't know what it is." They switch the camera view on you. Now it's back to Negan's truck with Carl and Jesus still riding in the back, hiding. It's parked on the side of the road. One of the saviors, or the driver, I guess, is using a mirror to view a herd of walkers crossing up the road a piece. And these guys comment that, look, at least Negan's good at keeping those herds away from home. Like, he's good at kind of controlling the walkers. They even commented that Fat Joey is good for something. He rigged, and I watched this on the closed caption, he rigged the quote-unquote herdway. And I don't know what that, I guess he did some kind of like, I guess a pathway that they created for these walkers to kind of get sucked into. I really don't know exactly what a herdway is.
Yeah, me either.
But interesting. Maybe we'll find out later. And he says nothing fancy, guerrilla kind of stuff. That's what they were talking about. And even mentioning that they have this newly acquired rocket-propelled grenade that they got from, from Rick's group, and some other weaponry that eventually will take out the walkers that are in these herds.
Well, according to Google, herdway is a street in Wellington, Colorado.
Wow, they definitely did some geography jump there if that's the case. So the truck starts to roll once the herd dispatches, disperses a bit. Carl and Jesus pop up and start to cut into the cargo a little bit more. Jesus opens a bottle of pancake syrup and squirts a trail of it out the back of the van as it's rolling. And Carl looks at him kind of funny. He tells Carl that, look, they think they're getting close, so he's going to use it as kind of a, as a trail, so they know where he's coming from.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about a 12 to 16 ounce bottle of pancake syrup.
Yeah, Aunt Jemima or whatever, sure.
That he's squirting out. He's probably, as that truck was, the speed it was going, he probably made a line about 4 feet long.
Well, I mean,
what's that marking?
I guess.
Just saying,
I guess.
I really don't see the purpose of that scene at all.
I mean, I guess if he sees the trail of if he sees the trail of syrup, he knows he's on the right road, right? That's what I'm thinking. He's
Right.
marking the road that they're on.
I mean, there's not going to be a lot of people driving by there. That's going to be
Right. It's not like it's going to rain or anything, or animals get attracted to sticky, sweet.
I don't think there are many animals.
It wasn't a very. There was something else in the truck I think he probably could have found to market better.
The
And I know
pancake
it's
syrup, yeah.
petty, but damn it, you don't waste Aunt Jemima. That's all I'm saying.
Now, I don't know if he saw his Aunt Jemima. It wasn't like product placement there,
I
but
don't care if it was Aunt Jemima, Mrs. Butterworth's log cabin. It's still.
do you have a preference or you don't? You like them all. You don't have a preference.
Actually, I'm a Mrs. Butterworth kind of guy.
Are you? Okay, all right.
In a pinch, I'll go to Jemima or log cabin.
Fancy. Fancy.
Right? So, after he's done squirting his syrup trail, Jesus says, "All right, they're getting close. It's time to bail." To Carl. Carl objects at first. And he says, "No, we should wait." But Jesus assures him it's safe. The truck is moving slow enough. They can just kind of roll out, or just kind of keep running with the truck. Carl says, "Okay, but you show me. You go first." He's like pretending to be a little nervous to jump out of the moving truck. Jesus does his little kung fu roll, rolls out of the back of the truck, and then looks to see if Carl's going to follow. But Carl, of course, simply waves at him, and he stays in the truck until they get to their final destination.
Just curious, who else saw that coming? Just.
Oh yeah.
Joe.
I mean, it's Carl. It's Carl. Carl. This is the kind of stuff he pulls, man. So Carl knows they're getting close to the town. He grabs a rifle with looks like an extended magazine inside of there's an arm. There's a box in the back of the truck where they got some guns and stuff back there, and he kind of locks and loads and gets ready. Once the truck stops, we can immediately hear Negan's voice saying he wants his truck unloaded quick. Also, one of the saviors mentions to Negan, and we can just kind of hear it, we don't see it, that there was a problem with the quote redirect today, whatever that means, because it's one of their savior things they do, some kind of redirect procedure. Negan asks who was in charge of it, and then suddenly one of the henchmen opens the curtains at the back of the truck, enters and grabs a case of scotch. Of course, they ripped it so it all opens and crashes on the bottom of the truck. Carl then opens fire and takes out one savior right away. Boom, dead. And then Carl runs to the back of the truck and basically holds the saviors hostage for a moment, tells the group to drop their weapons and stand down. He says, "I only want Negan. He killed my friends. No one else has to die." This kid's got balls, man. He's definitely brave and
Right.
everything.
He's brave, but not smart.
So then Negan strolls in, whistling, doing his little signature whistle, and he says, "Damn, you are adorable." He says, "I'm not gonna lie, but you scare the shit out of me." I mean, it's like, I guess he kind of does. I mean, this kid's hanging out with a machine gun, a rifle at the end of the truck.
Well, this is the second time in a week that Carl has had a gun in his face.
Isn't that amazing? And he respects it though. He kind of likes it when they stand up to him a little bit, But if you notice, Negan kind of hid behind one of his saviors a bit, uses him as like a human shield. Did you see that?
Yeah, right, he did.
He kind of half hides behind him.
Yeah.
And then one of them kind of rushes Carl. Carl takes that one out as well. So he took two guys out already. But it's enough of a distraction where Dwight comes in, basically takes Carl to the ground and holds him down with his own gun. Negan tells Dwight to back off as he strolls over to Carl and extends his hand to help him off the ground. He says, "Come on, kid, I'll show you around." And we see Daryl's also nearby, tending to the wall of chained up walkers, and sees that Carl's here. And we kind of pan to this wide shot where we finally get to see what looks like Negan's compound. It looks like an old factory complex. Really what it looks like. I was thinking like a power plant, but I don't think it's more just a factory. Like you see, some smokestacks and stuff.
Yeah, it looked like some sort of manufacturing.
Yeah, that does. It does look like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be something like that to be that big.
I mean, it's a big complex. It definitely is. But I'm thinking, is it like a power plant? Like, that would be a pretty cool idea if they can make their own power. But it seems just to be a normal, just an old, outdated, smokestack kind of factory.
Because if they had that kind of luxury, they'd have running water.
I don't think they have. Yeah.
Negan was very impressed with the sink later in this episode.
Yes, he was. He was mesmerized.
I don't think the group they have has that kind of know-how to fix
to run it. They don't have Eugene, right? They
Yeah,
get
they
the
got
up and running, right?
Right.
So
there is only the one.
and we see quite a bit of him this evening, which is cool. So the credits come in. This is actually a long cold open. It was like 10 minutes into the episode, and then the credits finally arrive.
Yeah.
I remember just about 10-15 seconds before the credits roll, I was like, did the credits roll? They must have already rolled, and I just don't remember it, and then all of a sudden, bam, there they are. I'm like, oh, okay, that was kind of a long cold open, almost like a mini episode.
Yeah, well, they extended the whole thing, so I guess they started from the beginning and stretched the whole thing out. So after the credits, we come back from commercial. Negan is still reaching down to Carl to help him up. He makes a comment that Carl's giving him the same damn stink eye that his father gives him, only half. Making fun of his, of his one eye. And that he better take his hand to get up while he still has a hand. And he says, as a matter of fact, while Daryl still has a hand. So again, he's kind of like subtly threatening Carl again by removing his arm, or same thing with threatening harm to Daryl. So finally, Carl gets up. Negan tells Dwight to take Daryl to make some food, and tells the rest of the saviors to burn the dead bodies, and we'll deal with this truck thing later. Also, he's not gonna have any time. Negan's thinking out loud. I'm not gonna have any time to screw any of my wives today, he says. But then he glares at Dwight and says, "Well, maybe one," kind of hinting that he always has time for old Sherry. Carl asks Negan what he's going to do with him, and Negan says, "Oh, don't shatter my image of you as a total badass." It's like, and second, I'm not going to ruin the surprise. So he likes when Carl is like fearless, not when he's a little scared. Negan then takes Carl inside the factory, and Negan is high up on a ledge. Well, and then when he walks in, all the workers kneel. He makes a speech that the saviors have went into the world, and they've gotten stuff, and they've fought off the dead, and that all the people here can have fresh vegetables tonight for dinner. No points needed. Negan leans over to Carl and says, "Now that's respect." He's teaching Carl some lessons. Let's get Jim in here.
Awesome.
All right,
yeah,
so-
I would have been sooner, but I had a few irons in the fire.
So Jim, did you want to go over the episode, give us your initial thoughts, or should we just continue on from here?
I thought everything I liked about this episode was due to Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
I was put it right there.
Yeah, he definitely pulled it out. We saw a lot of him too, that's for sure. So, getting back to the story, back in Alexandria, Rosita is heading to the gate with Eugene in tow, and she's definitely on a mission. She's not happy. She wants to get back out there looking for stuff. And then Spencer for Hire kind of strolls in and confronts her about going out and gathering items to produce for Negan. And she says, "Forget, I'm not getting anything for him." Spencer says, "Hey, well, look, it's like paying your taxes, man. Don't blame me. It's Rick's fault. We're all in this situation." Rosita then just doesn't want to hear from him. Just walks out of town with Eugene. Basically tells him to shove off.
All right.
Back to the Savior's compound, we finally see Negan's harem of ladies. There's about 10 of them in this, this room, all of them wearing these nice black cocktail dresses. Negan leans over to Carl and says, "Okay, check out the ladies. They won't mind." Again, some nice bonding moments between Carl and Negan here. It's actually pretty cool. Then Negan wants to talk to Sherry in private, so they kind of have a little private meeting at a little bar he has set up. Negan pours Sherry a drink, grabs a beer for himself. He wants to know what happened between Amber and Mark. Amber's one of the other wives that are there. Was crying just a minute ago. Sherry doesn't tell him at first, but Negan says he heard that Mark skipped out on his duties to be with his wife, his ex-wife, and that there are rules for a reason. Sherry admits that look, she made a mistake, meaning Amber, but go easy on her. Don't be too hard on her. Negan asks if he ever hit one of them. She says no, but he's done worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Negan, what does that mean? It's psychological torture, I guess. So Negan strolls over, gives his beer to Carl to hold, and then goes in to question Amber. He tells Amber that she wants to leave and go back to Mark. That's fine. He says, "I don't want anybody here that doesn't want to be, but you're all going to be on some kind of work detail and some kind of duty. It may not be good for you all." And the mother and the husband, he's kind of roundabout way threatening them.
Oh yeah.
And saying if
Well, I mean, the work detail will probably be rounding up walkers outside the wall, or I mean, the way he says it, it's obviously not going to be something good.
no,
No, not how upset she got.
Yeah.
She didn't seem very excited.
no.
It wasn't like, hey, you're the new balloon animal sculptor, or something fun. No,
Wait, that
Right.
position's available?
Well,
I want that position.
no, it's not. That's the point I was making.
No.
But there is the
It's
kingdom
all-
though. The kingdom, they have a lot of fun stuff like that. So yes, you could do that. Just wrong town.
Oh,
Yes. So and then Negan says, while she's his wife, she can't cheat on him. That's the only rule he's pretty much got. And she ends up crying and agrees and says, "I love you, Negan." And so kind of breaks her down a little bit from her moment of weakness there. Then on the way out, Sherry calls Negan an asshole, but he says, "Yeah, but you still like me anyway." And he kind of goes in for a kiss, and she kisses him back. And just as Dwight and Daryl walk in with some food, Dwight sees the way that Sherry is kissing Negan. I mean, it's pretty passionate on the lips kind of kiss there. Negan approaches Daryl and grabs a snack, and Daryl questions Negan, why does he have Carl here? Negan doesn't like that very much. Says it's none of his business, and it would be a shame if he had to poke out Carl's other eye with his toothpick.
Sure did say that.
So he tells Dwight it's time for a little deja vu and to fire up the furnace. Cut to Rick and Aaron. Rick says they're at this I guess they found someplace to maybe find some supplies. There's this fence there. He says they have today and only today to find something. And they hop a fence that says keep going. Only thing here for you is trouble. That's what it says on the fence. But of course, our hero goes right in. He goes in for trouble.
Oh yeah.
Then we saw that beautiful. Did you see that Mummy trailer by the way? Like the 3-minute trailer for the Mummy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
it looks pretty cool.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Mission Impossible, Mummy Time.
I thought it was for a second. Like he's on the plane. Was he gonna jump out and hang off the side of it again? Like what was going on here? But I didn't realize it was actually the
Yeah,
Mummy.
I'm a big fan of the Universal monster movies. I love all the Mummy movies, even the bad ones, the good ones, what have you. But this one looks like it might be promising. It just kind of reminds me of a Mission Impossible from the trailer.
Right, a little bit. I mean, the ones from the 90s weren't bad. Why was Aaron with me? He can probably spend 5 minutes talking about this trailer. Well, I guess you can talk about it next time if you want to, or you can listen to it out now with Aaron and Abe. But I thought it was actually pretty cool. I thought it was actually. I'm probably gonna go out and see that movie when it comes out.
Yeah, this is the first one to build that universe that they're trying to do. So
Well, the ones from the 90s weren't bad. What's his name? Fraser.
Brendan
Fraser.
Fraser.
yeah, but it's so away from that now. They're building
yeah.
a monster universe now.
Oh, okay, I
It's
gotcha.
gonna be he's the Mummy. He's gonna be the the Invisible Man.
The Wolfman, Invisible Man,
Jekyll and Hyde.
Frankenstein,
Oh,
all
that
the
was-
Universal monsters.
Right, that was Jekyll. You saw talking to him. That
Oh, is that who that was? Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah,
that.
Russell Crowe, right?
Russell Crowe was Jekyll, right?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So they're really trying to build like a whole universe of the monsters.
So would Frankenstein, Dracula be in there too? I mean,
all
that's
of it. Yeah.
all the Universal monsters. Yeah.
pretty cool. Wow,
I'm excited.
We just talked about this on Nothing's On, our other podcast. Went in depth on the whole shared universe thing.
it's good.
Yes.
So back to Alexandria. Oh, actually, outside of Alexandria, Spencer for Hire and Father Gabriel chew up 5 minutes of television time, just driving and chatting. Basically, Spencer is still bitching that Rick is in charge and how his mother was a better leader, she was a congresswoman and all that, and he hopes Rick doesn't make it back from his run. Father Gabe just tells him to stop the car, stop being a douche, and shut up. Basically,
He's become like the Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
stop this car.
Just the kind of the
I don't know. Considering what he's done for the group and to the group, when Father Gabriel calls you a douche,
Yeah.
you are truly an epic douche.
It's funny how he's changed from
Oh, yeah.
to now the spiritual kind
Because
of,
the writers listened to us, Daryl. They listened.
That's right. We hated him for so long. I mean, we went up against the group. He told Deanna that Rick was bad, and all this stuff, right?
There was a tiny second, just a brief flash, where I thought after he had him stop the car, that he was just going to kill him. And he was going to shoot him.
Can you
I
imagine
don't
that? Just
know
reach over and choke him out or something like that? Can you imagine that?
I thought, was I the only one that felt that? For some reason, I felt, is he going to kill him?
Like he's that creepy now. He could do something like that,
He has
right?
that creepy,
Right, yeah.
but he has that way about him where he's like, maybe people died. He said Rick came. People died. They might have died anyway. And he's just peaceful about it. Like
Right.
He's now one of Rick's disciples now. He really is.
Yeah,
He's one of the
he's like-
apostles. Yeah, that's it.
he's all calm about it. I'm like, how are you so goddamn calm right now? You used to run and run from your own shadow.
Dude, maybe he snuck out of the church and he stuck on the nail, stepped on the
He
nail.
was
and
so scared.
oh
He was
my-
running at everything. He was just running here. He was hiding in the corner. He was digging up stuff. It was just a mess.
we hated
Now
him. We hated him.
Hated him. And now they fixed him. They totally fixed him.
Oh my god. So then Father Gabe just actually gets out and walks back to town. He doesn't even want to be with Spencer at this point. He says, that's it, I'll just walk back.
Such a douche.
Oh my god. Spencer doesn't know what to do, but he just doesn't get back in his car. He actually goes into the woods right there where the car was parked and finds a walker stuck in like a tree stand. He was like a hunter. That ended up, that was his last stand, so to speak. In Negan's bedroom, Negan says he wants to get to know Carl a bit better. So he
Wait,
invites him
Negan, I just gotta say something about Negan's bedroom.
Yes.
He's really into IKEA.
with that black motif with the gray walls and stuff.
Yeah,
Is it?
exactly. Like the sheets and mash and everything. It's very IKEA.
They didn't have the meatballs, though. You got to have the
The
meatballs.
bag, you gotta buy that bag of Swedish meatballs, right? Yeah.
Lingonberry drink too.
Very true.
I was just like, wow, that's all the IKEA furniture. Walking Dead. Hey, maybe it'll be like Walking Dead # brought to you by IKEA next.
we furnish all the villains from Sweden.
From the Negan collection.
The Negan collection. The Savior collection. The Saviors, yeah.
Yeah, you're giving ideas now. You're giving away ideas.
That is so funny.
By the way,
yeah.
just so I know, I didn't miss Fear the Walking Dead # passage presented by Taco Bell with Monster Night.
Absolutely not. What do you think? Sorry,
Okay,
that was like
okay,
an hour and 10 minutes into the episode, so I got it.
Oh,
and,
thank God.
and-
Yeah, you got a while to go.
right, you can
Okay,
queue up
good.
Aaron wrote his little.
I got it ready to
all
go.
right, excellent. All right, so
Just make sure I didn't miss that. That's super important. That's clutch.
That's definitely clutch. I'll cue you in, sir. Don't even worry about that. So in his bedroom, Negan invites Carl to sit down, get some chairs there. Negan admires Carl for his smarts and his bravery. And I like this scene because finally Negan is dropping that cartoonish kind of way he talks to people and the gesturing. He finally, and this is what I've been really waiting for. I think I even said it. Just talk like a person for a few minutes. At least to one person, and he chooses Carl to be kind of himself with.
Well, and I think it's his true self, and I think I may have mentioned this in a previous episode, but I think it's Negan is the character, and then there's the real man. Obviously, the character is a more violent projection of the real man.
Yes.
But that's basically what it is, and we're finally seeing just a brief glimpse of that. But
Right, and he did a little bit with Olivia too later on, like we talked about. So I think you see little glimpses of him in this episode, which I think makes him a deeper character. I think even others have said he's just too cartoonish, and I kind of fall into that camp too. But at least in this case, he's opening himself up to Carl, admiring him for killing 2 of his men.
Well, he also does this thing where he really preys upon people's vulnerabilities, like when he makes Carl take the bandage off his head in the scene.
But he does it like in a
You know
funny
what I
way.
mean?
He goes, "I'm looking at
But
the birthday gift. Like I just have to open it. It's like you got to take the bandage off."
Or like later when he insults Olivia or whatever, he knows how to press buttons, and he does gleefully. It kind of reminds me of like the Moriarty from the BBC Sherlock thing, where he do things to naturally like put people off or kind of try to take away some of their composure and their sense of normalcy. I kind of like that little add-on to the Negan character there.
Just gave him some more depth. I just gave him some more humanity, which I think he needed, because otherwise it's just too mustache twirling, and it's not fun after a while. Well, Carl then takes off his bandage, and Negan reminds him, well, he first refuses, he says, no, I don't take it off. Then Negan reminds him, hey, again, you just killed 2 of my men. You should not be pissing me off right now. So finally Carl relents, takes off the bandage, and starts to cry a little bit. as Negan's like basically poking fun at his scars, saying, "Oh my God, it's gross as hell. I can see your eye socket." You know, just really poking, really making fun of him. But then Negan realizes that Carl really is kind of crying and very upset, and then he feels a little bad for a moment. He says he apologizes for hurting his feelings. So I realize you're just a kid. I'm sorry, and just screwing around. So
no, it doesn't say screwing around. It says busting balls.
Right. Right. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. So then Fat Joey Noxon comes in carrying Lucille, and he said that Negan forgot her next to the truck. And Negan's like, "Really? I forgot her?" Like, he couldn't believe it. He said a kid firing a machine gun at him must have got him rattled, got distracted or something. He then tells Carl to never cover up his wound. He says the girls may be repulsed, but no man would screw with Carl looking like that. Then Negan asks Carl, what he does for fun. Does he like music? He wants Carl to then sing him a song. And again, this is more payback for mowing down 2 of his men. First Carl doesn't want to do it, and then he says, "Ken, you got to go along with this."
This is when the tension went. This is when the tension started to just go up.
Because he's got Lucille now. He kind of waves it in his face a little bit too, right?
And plus, while Carl's singing, he's like doing batting practice.
Which is kind of freaky. That was,
he's like, "Pay me no mind."
He's like, "Oh, don't pay attention to me. I'm just going to swing this deadly weapon." Right.
I'm just going to sit here and remind you of when I did this to Abraham and Glenn, your buddies.
Exactly. Carl starts to sing "You Are My Sunshine" as Negan practices swinging Lucille in the air. Negan's impressed and says Lucille loves being sung to. Negan again asks about Carl's mom, and then Carl cries again and explains that he shot her before she could turn. And Negan says, "Damn, no wonder you're a little serial killer in the making." He then tells Carl to get up and that the iron should be ready. And cut the commercial. Down on the factory floor, Negan arrives and bangs Lucille against the railing to get everyone's attention. They all immediately kneel, all the points people or whatever. Negan explains what's about to happen will be hard to watch, and he doesn't want to do it. But he said that someone broke the rules, and the rules make this all work, and there's always a cost. If you try to skirt it or cut corners, this means the iron for you. And then Dwight is the one actually handling the iron, getting it red hot inside the furnace. Negan puts on his glove, takes the iron from Dwight, and proceeds to press it against Mark's face. Amber and Sherry are also there to watch. Mark then passes out from the paint. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. But you can really see all of it. Like at the end you saw it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you heard it more than you saw it, like initially.
Yeah, until they pull it away and there are like little bits and pieces stuck to the iron.
Flesh. Oh yeah. We
get little crispy bits. Yeah.
So Mark passes out from the pain, and apparently he pissed his pants at the same time. Negan tells Daryl to clean the piss up from the floor, and then he says, "Let Mark's face be a reminder to him and everyone else that the rules matter." Again, he's all about the rules and teaching these people lessons. He then takes Carl and walks out.
Very much reminiscent to me. I don't know if you guys ever saw it. There's this movie with Powers Booth where he played Jim Jones.
Oh yeah, I remember that,
the real Jonestown story, whatever it's called. There are a few scenes like when he has everyone on their knees, and he puts their back to them and tells Carl, "Hey, they're still on their knees," right? They remind me very much of that kind of cult leader type situation, like in that movie.
So Rosita and Eugene make it to the machine shop that Eugene found last season with Abraham. And again, she's insisting that he make her a bullet. Eugene blathers along for a while. He doesn't want to do it, but then eventually Rosita convinces him just to do it. And then, she insults him in a lot of ways, saying, you got to pull your weight around here. The only reason you're alive is because, you tricked us, and whatever. He just keeps throwing it in his face. Finally, he relents and makes her a bullet. So
I get where her passion was coming from, but damn.
She's getting pretty cold. I mean, I guess Abraham's dead. I want to see some emotion out of her, right? I mean, she's really pissed.
Yeah, I know, but it's such a waste though, because it's like, what is your one bullet going to do? You're not going to change the course of anything. In fact, when he said to her, you're not the one that has to, you might not even be the one that will pay the consequence for what you're about to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's being selfish right now.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Yeah,
he was totally right. She didn't want to hear it, but she was totally right. I mean, a lot of it is how scared she was at that moment. How in fear she was throughout that whole thing, and it irks at her that she was so scared. But at the same time, you still have to realize, if you come after him, you're probably not going to get him, and the next thing that's going to happen is he's going to take it out on somebody else.
Somebody else is going to pay the price.
Yeah.
Like Eugene, perhaps. Who knows, right? Yeah.
Could be.
Plus, this is when Rosita really tears into Eugene and calls him a coward.
Right.
And all this kind of tears him down like as a person, and he's kind of like crying by the end of that.
Right.
Although he does get to say stealthy snipe, you got a knifey.
Yes,
Right.
thank you for noting that. I appreciate that, right?
I still think like even her yelling at him, part of it's her yelling at herself.
Yeah, probably true.
Because she didn't jump up to do it either. She wasn't exactly that brave when things were going down both times.
Yeah. So back in the stairwell, we see Sherry smoking a cigarette and gives one to Dwight, kind of like we saw a few episodes ago. And Dwight tells her not to beat herself up for selling out Mark and Amber, but he asks her how she can sleep at night. She says, "Well, how do you sleep at night?" Thinking like he's doing worse things than she did. And he says he doesn't sleep anymore. He watches TV all night. I thought he was the boss right away at that point. Like, he's watching his tapes.
Cut to.
Yeah.
Well,
Followed by Kate and Allie.
right.
In Negan's room, Carl wants to put back on his bandage, and Negan again refuses to let him, says he likes looking at it. Then Carl asks why he didn't kill Rick himself or Daryl yet. And Negan says, Daryl is going to be a good soldier for me soon. And breaking you is going to be more productive. And Rick, he's going to get things from me that I need. So no, I'm not going to kill you. And then Carl leans over and tells Negan he doesn't know who he's messing with, and that if he was smart, he would kill them. Because he's brave.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, and I really like the way they wrote Carl, and I am an unapologetic fan of Chandler Riggs, but he just didn't really sell these lines like I think they meant them to be. Am I the only one that felt that way? I just felt like
Well, they came off hollow. I mean, I didn't really think.
Yeah, it didn't.
But I don't know if they made it. I don't know if they meant it to come off hollow, and because he laughs at it. And I wonder. There's no way you can make that. There's no way you can come off tough in that situation. That scene. There's just no way against him and what we know of the story. There's no way that Carl can come off. As the.
No, and I agree. I just think that I don't know. I just felt like there would have been a little bit more raw hate.
Pretty much been
anger.
made the boy cry. He's pretty much just.
Plus, I mean, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is playing it very intense.
Yeah.
And I mean, Chandler Riggs is an okay actor, but I think here he wasn't able to match that intensity.
Right. That's what I'm
saying.
And
it's not his fault because Jeffrey Dean Morgan's been doing it a lot longer than him, and a million other reasons why. But I think when he's on one level and then Chandler Riggs is trying to act on that level but not quite making it as noticeable. But to me anyway.
I think I kind of like it that way. It should be that way. There's no way this kid should be more intense than him.
Right.
And the whole thing of
not more intense than Negan's not what I'm saying. I just more intense than he was.
Well, he had already pretty much made him almost piss his pants 5 minutes ago. Like, there's really nothing he could really do. Like, like he's had that tone, which he's done like 2 or 3 times with Carl, where he's like, like, I will let you be the petulant child for a minute, but when I really want you to do something, you catch it, right? Like, right. I really want you to do something. Don't make me get up. Like, he changes the tone from, don't make me come over there.
Right,
like,
right, yeah.
And it changes in Carl because he feels it. The fear, his face changes. It's not the same. And I think I kind of like that because he is. I think the actor himself is intimidating too.
Yeah, that's what Jim was saying. So it's hard to match those beats, right? It's hard to.
So I like that. A Carl coming up against this guy. he's more intense than your own father. Like
Right.
you've been used to getting your way. Your father has ways, kind of bent to let you get your way a lot. Like he has not been really disciplined for a long time in this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy has Negan has done what no one else has done to him besides Michonne. Michonne's the only one doing.
Right.
It's
Didn't tell him Carl get in the house.
Carl.
It's pretty much just got him in a way of just fear. That when his tone changes, Carl's stance changes.
Yeah.
And it's such a fear in him that he's disgusted by it. And every time, like when Carl is sitting on that porch, when we get to that, you can just tell that Carl is just so angry.
Yeah.
But there's nothing he can do about it because he is scared. He even had the bat in his hand at one time.
Yeah, I mean, hold it, right?
And
Yeah,
he's
I
not going to do anything.
I think that scene you're referring to, Daryl, at the very end, is probably my favorite scene that Chandler Riggs did in the whole episode, because like you said, you can so plainly see he's just seething.
Yeah.
He's like, but there's nothing he can do about it.
Nothing.
Just like you said.
Absolutely nothing. You just have to eat that. You just have to, all that anger and everything that his father tried to tell him.
Yeah.
Now you get it. It's too late now because you brought him here now. Like he did. Anybody that gets killed now in this place.
Negan wouldn't be there today. Maybe tomorrow or the next day. Right.
Right.
He's
Would
there
be
today
here
because of Carl. Yeah, you're right.
All because of Carl.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, I mean, again, Carl's getting really in Negan's face a little bit. He's kind of leaning in towards him, saying, you really don't know who you're messing with, and if he'd be smart, he would kill them. Negan is loving this. Like, he's loving Carl almost getting in his face and showing that kind of bravery.
Right.
And he's like, that's the kid that I love so much. Like, he loves that ferocity. Even though, like you said, it wasn't played as fierce maybe as you like, but he loves what the kid's saying. And he says, you know what? It's time to go for a ride. So they grab a truck. Negan's riding shotgun, and you see Carl in the middle. Daryl's nearby, and Negan calls to him outside the window. And he said that since he seemed worried, Daryl seemed worried earlier, he's going to take the kid home. And Daryl then says, if you do anything to hurt him, Negan shuts that down right away. He goes, whoa, Dwight, you better come here. Daryl's misbehaving. He's in the timeout. He's going to go in his box for a while.
Isn't this also when we see Jesus on top of the truck?
Yeah, so the next as the camera pans up,
okay.
we can see Jesus on top of the truck as it pulls up. And then Daryl kind of notices, I guess, but then he sees some movement, and then the next shot, he's off the roof. So he was on the roof of the truck, then he's off the roof of the truck, and we think Daryl may have seen him. I guess is kind of the way it went down.
Ninja thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's a ninja move. So 1 hour and 10 minutes into the show, we are finally blessed with a very exciting, this is a riveting segment. Please adjust your seat, Richard. Do what you need to do for
I'm ready.
Fear the Walking Dead, hashtag passage,
Buckled. I got my helmet on. Let's go.
brought to you by Taco Bell Live Moss. So Jim, would you do the honors of reading Aaron's synopsis of this segment, please? Jim?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem.
I just had to tighten my athletic supporter.
I actually lost Jim for a moment. He was getting ready.
Got intense.
Oh, wow.
Moss.
This is a
Yeah.
tense
Oh,
show
Liv
right now.
Moss.
I live too Moss. You never know what might happen. Fear the Walking Dead hashtag passage is presented by Taco Bell Live Moss. This is Aaron's synopsis. Thank you, Aaron. I hope you got the box of volcano sauce. Tensions really raised this week on Fear the Walking Dead hashtag passage presented by Taco Bell Live Moss, as we got some big developments in the Sierra Colton storyline. First up, though, Panicky Woman was told to climb into some sort of safety hole. Yeah, sure. That would likely get her across the border. Colton allows for this, but then tells Sierra that she can't go, and she may tell others about it. Then, in a shocking moment for Fear the Walking Dead hashtag passage presented by Taco Bell Live Moss, Sierra rushes Colton and stabs him in the leg, then climbing into the safety hole. Colton removes the knife, makes an angry face, leaving all of us Fear the Walking Dead hashtag passage presented by Taco Bell Live Moss fans in suspense for what could happen next.
Wow.
Maybe on next week's mid-season finale of Fear the Walking Dead hashtag passage presented by Taco Bell Live Moss, we'll get a 90-second episode.
Ooh.
We'll go with 90-minute episodes.
Wow.
See what you did there. But that is your weekly update. Thank you, Aaron, for the Fear the Walking Dead hashtag passage presented by Taco Bell Live Moss. I will take a stuffed chicken burrito, please.
Wow. Thank you, Jim, for reading that. Thank you, Aaron, for writing that. And that really was riveting. There was some action in this. We actually saw someone get stabbed, and like you said, someone
He had
fall
the
into a
crazy
hole.
eye. I told you he had that crazy eye.
Yeah, Colton didn't like Sierra. He got some problems. Yeah, the battle of the daytime soap opera stars, huh?
There's a knife and a horse, and I killed some guy with a trident.
This had everything.
Wow. So it really is going to be like a cliffhanger then, I guess, the next week, right? We're going to have to wait, another 12 weeks or so before it restarts up again?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Maybe the rest of the story will be told on wrappers for burritos or something. Do like a graphic novel, but you have to save all the wrappers from your
Or
tacos.
the little packets of border sauce, right? These little clues on those. You got to
Oh,
slice
there you
together,
go.
right? Yeah.
Jim, I already love Taco Bell tacos, and you just made them even more enticing than they possibly could ever be.
Somebody give me the Chihuahua on the phone. I got a lot of ideas here.
Comic book stories that wrap your tacos. That is genius.
So you read them and then you can wrap your taco in it afterwards, or what? Or, you order the taco.
Right.
It comes with the comic.
It's wrapped in
Okay.
the comic. You eat the taco as you read the comic, but then it's only one page.
So you keep the greasy cheese-laden page. That's your souvenir.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, got it.
And then you go and you get another taco, hoping to get another page.
But then it's like there's a built-in secondary market there for like near mint pages that never actually had a taco in them. you know?
Yeah.
Oh, like virgin pages.
Right,
Okay,
like
yes.
rate them like the CGC does comics, you know. This burrito wrapper's a 9.0. Near mint.
Yes, thank you. I'm a cheesy gordita crunch man myself with extra Baja sauce, in case you're wondering. So anyway, getting back to the story, Daryl's in his cell when someone slips him a note with a key attached to it, and the note says, "Go now." Now, I'm curious to know your thoughts. Did you think it was Sherry, or
I
did
think
you think
we
it
were
was
meant to
Jesus?
think that, but I think it was.
I think it's a trap. I think it's a
No.
test.
Well, I think it's whatchamacallit. What's Burnface? Did
So
Burnface go
you
with
think it's Dwight finally giving up? Okay,
I think it's Dwight.
because it sounded like male footsteps. Like it didn't sound like heeled
Right.
feet, like thump, 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 and then you see someone slide under the door. So I don't know.
And they've shown us no one else. Like there's no other males that could just pop out of nowhere. I don't think that goes against everything that TV is. You're not gonna just.
I thought it might be Jesus.
Right, I thought Jesus maybe infiltrated.
Well, maybe
you know, like-
it could either be.
But I thought
Jesus,
Jesus was
Dwight.
on top of the truck,
well,
wasn't
no, but he didn't came off the truck. So he
Yeah,
can't, he's in the compound now. He's infiltrated. He's a
He's
ninja.
still there.
Right,
Yeah, he's
you can't
still
see him, but he's there. He's like, yeah. So on the
he?
road, yeah.
Jesus is there to save Daryl, because that's what he does.
Well, that's what it is. That's what we don't know who it is. Like, it could be anybody. It could be Dwight. It could be Sherry. It could be anybody really. So I guess
No,
we'll
that
find out.
Jesus is just all right with me.
Jesus saves.
Just all right.
He's just all right with me.
He's just all right. The Doobie Brothers. On the road, a redheaded savior woman is driving along in a pickup truck, but is stopped by a bunch of dead walkers placed kind of as a roadblock across the road. She gets out to investigate when Michonne appears, holding a sword directly like a temple, and she says, "Take me to Negan." So they get in the car. The redhead tries the old jam on the brakes trick, to try to disrupt Michonne, but that was a mistake. Because Michonne just takes her head and slams against the steering wheel like 15 times.
Because Michonne.
Because Michonne. Okay.
And this is funny too, because at the beginning of the episode when they showed her in the open and she's whistling
Yeah.
and trying to draw the zombies out, I was wondering what the hell is she up to?
I didn't know what she was up to. I totally forgot
And
about
now
it.
this,
Actually,
now it's paid off, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what she was up to.
Give me a little speed bump, a little
I just thought
roadblock.
she was angry and she just let no steam for a minute. I was like, is
Yeah.
that what she doing? And she,
Yeah, well, that's what she did. So finally, she says to the girl again, holding the gun again to her head, says, "Take me to Negan." So this time she means business. She means
I don't know what the game plan is. Like, what is the end game for her?
Right.
It's the same thing Carl's doing, right? Just a suicide mission, I suppose. Or
yeah, it's like, what do you think is going to happen?
well, she did pretty good damage against the governor when she infiltrated Woodbury, right? I mean, I don't underestimate Michonne.
Well, no, we can't.
Well, now that we already know Jesus is there, Daryl's there. Like, it's a perfect storm. All of them are going to converge eventually.
There, over there, right? Okay.
Over there, while he's, over in where they are.
Alexandria chilling with Judith on the porch.
Right. So they don't have that leadership. He's not there. So it's probably, they could probably do a lot more damage with him not being there.
I really like that one shot of the Foundry or wherever their base is. And
Yes.
it was like that Death Star shot of it.
Right.
Like here is this giant impregnable building that they, how could they possibly get into? And I mean, I don't know. They kind of out-prisoned the prison with that one.
Like I was saying, it's some kind of decommissioned factory. It looks like it's an old, factory or something like that with a smokestack but it's definitely well protected. And they've got some, like earlier on, the herds. They have the walkers that are outside. They're under control somehow. They got them led away, or they got them, distracted enough where they're not encroaching on that town. So in Alexandria, Negan knocks on Olivia's door and lets himself in with Carl. On the way in, Carl whispers that Enid's okay. Like she was worried about Enid. He asks her where Rick is. She tells Negan he's out scavenging for things for him. Could be a while before he returns. Negan says, not a problem. He can wait. Olivia then begins to complain that they're running out of rations. People are starving. And then Negan simply laughs and says, you mean to tell me by starving, you mean not at all. Making fun of her weight, essentially. Yeah. And she realizes that and starts to cry. She turns around and starts to cry. When again, Negan seems a bit remorseful for hurting her feelings. And this is, again, I like seeing this part of Negan, this kind of almost borderline human side of him, and apologizes. And also says, if you're not really opposed to it to pass the time, maybe I can screw your brains out.
Wow.
So Olivia didn't like that proposition, slaps him hard across the face. And then he leans in and says, now I'm digging you like 50% more than before.
Did you see on Talking Dead that was a real slap?
No, I dozed off that point.
Morgan told her, slap me, and she's like, I'm a woman, but I still slap. He's like, no, give it your all. She's like, you don't understand. He's like, just slap me for real. And she did. And that's the take that actually they used.
Okay, it looks real. So I guess
it's real. Yeah.
His reaction was real.
We see what he's into. Okay.
Hit me.
Yeah. All right.
So Negan then wants Olivia to make them a nice batch of lemonade. He remembers he had some of that powdered stuff laying around, and he wants her to take your time. He says, but make it good. I love this guy. Then Negan wants Carl to take him on the grand tour of the house. He says, take me on the grand tour. And
then it turned into something different.
It was a musical montage. Again,
yes.
Another one.
Yes.
We see Negan with his boots off, wiggling his toes on the nice, plush carpet of the house. We see him then in Carl's bedroom, I guess, playing with the dartboard, messing with the faucets in the house. Like he loves to see the running water. Then when he arrives to Judith's room, Carl tries to trick Negan, saying, there's nothing in there, just a water heater or something. But then Negan walks in and finds Judith, and then he hands Lucille to Carl to hold while he picks up Judith, almost like he's her long lost uncle.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And he was so tender with her. Like he didn't threaten. He didn't even make a joke about threatening her. He just
he's like Uncle Negan. He's like he's like
your
crazy brother Negan. That's what he is. He
didn't even allude. He didn't even allude that something was gonna go down. He just handed him the bat, told him to hold the bat, and he just picked her up and just was smiling ear to ear.
So we cut back to Rick and Aaron, another little adventure. They arrive at another sign, and I didn't type the whole thing out, but people on the internet have. Essentially, it outlines what this guy has in his little shack. He says, the only way you've possibly read this far without being shot is that I'm dead. It's like this long, wordy type of sign. They keep going into the property and find a houseboat in the middle of a lake full of walkers, or bobbers, I guess they call them, right, at the ocean side. Cut back to Eugene. We see that him and Rosita are making their way back to town. He lived up to his promise. He made Rosita a bullet. She tries to apologize for being rough with him earlier, but Eugene doesn't want to hear it. He says, I'd rather just return to awkward silence instead. As they approach the town, Spencer for Hire returns as well. This time he comes with a bunch of canned food. And apparently the tree stand walker that he managed to get down off the stand earlier had a note in his pocket written in Latin, and that was where the stash of supplies was. So, of course, thanks to Deanna, Spencer was prepared for this. He knows Latin, and he found medical supplies. Of course, right.
Yeah, of course.
Water purifiers, some food. And then when they whistle to get back into town, a savior actually opens the gate. So they know at that moment, oh boy, Negan's back. We then see Negan finally sitting on the porch, on Rick's porch, holding Judith, taking it easy, rocking in a rocking chair. Carl is sitting next to him, like you said, with that look of just complete anger. And Negan says, actually, this one, a neighbor walks by and says, hey, how you doing, neighbor? Right? Like, come on by, we can grill something up later. Like he's moved back in the suburbs,
Oh, yeah.
And then right at the end, Negan says, maybe I should just kill you and your father and settle into the suburbs. And that ends the episode. Sing me a song.
Yep, it's all Carl's fault.
Isn't it always?
Yes.
So before we get to our Buster ratings, can we have a quick word from our sponsor? Daryl, would you be so kind to take it away this week?
Well, since it's so close to the holidays and you're looking for something to get your maybe a friend or significant other who is a geek who loves comics, you can go to DCBS Service and you can order them. You can get them a subscription to whatever comics that they want. You could actually just pick out certain comics that you think they might like. They have everything from Image, from DC, from Dark Horse, to Marvel, to anything you look for, Oni Press, Action Lab, all the different comics that are out. You can look on their website and they have it every month. They update it and their new stuff, and you can check it out. You can order bundles of stuff and you can get it shipped to your house weekly, bi-weekly, once a month. It's up to you. And they also have a sister site called In Stock Trades where they have so many trades that are cheap to buy. And if you want to catch up on The Walking Dead, for example, you can definitely go there and get all the oversized trades because they keep those trades going updated all the time. Kirkman is not scared of having too many Walking Dead trades out in the world.
One in every house.
One in every house. So you can definitely order that and get it to you by before Christmas. So definitely get onto that. And they have T-shirts and they have statues. You might want to get something for your desk, for his desk, for her desk, whatever you want to do. You can definitely go on the site and find it. And they're a great sponsor.
Excellent. Thank you, Daryl, for taking that this week. So, Buster ratings. Richard, we'll start with you.
Well, like I said at the beginning, I really liked the episode. It for a 90-minute episode paced very well. I'm enjoying the Negan Carl stuff. It's as a fan of the comic, there's a lot there to really like. All in all, I really have very few complaints about the episode. I'd have to give it 4 Busters.
Okay, Daryl.
I enjoyed it for the most part. I mean, part of it did feel like we were just waiting for the finale. Like there's part of me kept thinking maybe someone's gonna get killed, but then there was another part of my brain was like, this is it. There's one more episode that's coming, and they'll probably save the kills for that one. and
right.
and it wound up being the case. So I would give it a 3.5. I did enjoy it. It did have the tension building scenes that are that you kind of need, especially for the build up for what's going to come next week. So it worked out well. Negan is great. I mean, like he is that character. He has pulled that off perfectly. And the scenes between him and Carl. I think the actor that plays Carl, I think he brought that fear. You felt it. You felt the fear and the frustration and all of that in the scene. So I think it really worked.
Okay. I will actually read Aaron's Buster rating, then I'll turn it over to Jim, and then we can do the Buster ratings on the Facebook group. Aaron wrote, Sing Me a Song gets 3.5 Busters. My main 2 issues are still here, overlong episodes and the lack of intimidation I get from Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan. That said, this episode did well to open up the character a bit and show more of how the Sanctuary really works. Having Carl around for Negan to taunt and do whatever else with made for a decent story, but it also shows the limits of Chandler Riggs' acting abilities. Still, this was a decent episode to watch for a lot of the goofy antics provided by Negan and his reactions to Carl, Olivia, and the other things he managed to joke about. The rest of the episode was a lot of setup, with Spencer continuing to prove how useless he is in all this. Hopefully next week's mid-season finale really delivers on something exciting enough to actually warrant 90 minutes. Because that's right, next week is also going to be a 90-minute.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Better buckle your seatbelts. So Jim, what's your Buster rating?
I was going to give this a 4, but then I realized it was a 90-minute episode. I really didn't think it had to be, so I knocked it down to 3.75. I'm really liking Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan. I like the stuff with him and Carl in this episode. I like the way they kind of established the Savior stronghold, and kind of give us like the overview of what it's going to look like, and established all that. I just think that this is what the second or third 90-minute episode we've gotten this season already, and it just seems like it just seems like that none of them have really been like so mind altering that they had to be that long.
No.
So I'm gonna grade off a 0.25 for that from a 4. So 3.75 for me this week.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4. I mean, it brought some new dimension to Negan's character, which was much needed. I like seeing that. Just by him, even for those small moments, being a person made him so much more depth than I needed to see. If he just kept up with this cartoony leaning back and with the bat, and if he kept doing that every 2 seconds, it just would be too much. So I'm glad he finally backed off of that just a little bit. I like him kind of taking Carl under his wing a little bit. It's almost like it's so funny. It's almost like he likes hanging out with the Alexandria people. Like he respects Carl and his bravery. He respects Rick for his bravery as well. And Daryl, he actually respects these people. I think he respects them more than he respects 99% of his saviors. They're just like henchmen to him.
Yeah, because they're new. This is a group that's not broken yet. They're like, they are defiant. I think it is. I think it's
a challenge.
It's like it is like a challenge. Like you still have to be a little worried. There's no sense of danger when he's where he is.
With the henchmen, they're kneeling every 2 seconds in front of his face. And he's not afraid of them anymore.
Right. I broke them already. Now it's just like I'm here, and it's just a sense of he gets a thrill, kind of a sick thrill from walking around, and he feels how they want to kill him. Like I know you want to kill me. I know
he feeds off of that somehow.
Yeah, he feeds off it. The more they're negative and angry and whatnot,
he's the emperor. He's the evil emperor, right?
Yeah, totally.
Feels the hate.
Yeah, makes you stronger.
He loves it. Like
take your weapon, strike me.
It's like that's what he wants to do with Carl and Daryl. Like that seems to be the thing he wants.
He's so relaxed around him. Like he just loves just hanging out with them. Hey Daryl, hey Rick, hey Carl. He just loves like being part of the town. Like it's just like
it's what he liked about Dwight before he broke Dwight. He liked that. That's probably why Dwight's still alive and not dead.
He's saying because even though he ran away,
he was
feisty back then. Okay,
yeah, he was stealing stuff and he ran off, like he stole and ran off. And it's like now he kind of has Dwight where he wants him. I mean, he has his lady. He's got everything. He's got him doing all the stuff, but he likes that defiance. He likes that fight, and he sees it and he gets excited. Like it's fun. It's like a playful, fun thing to him to finally, like a horse, it's like how a person looks at a horse and they're like you want to break them. You finally want to break that horse.
Okay, wild saddle. You want to break him. Okay, I got you.
Right. And he wants Daryl to be front and center, and he made Dwight his number 2. I mean, this is a dude that defied him, and he did what he did. He made him a number 2 in the group.
Yep.
So I see him looking at Daryl like his new number 2. He would want him to be the next heir apparent, and Carl. He would love to have little Carl be broken and working for him.
Oh, absolutely. With the eye patch, like a crazy kid going around killing people and getting stuff for him. Yeah, he would love
that. That's what he sees in him. That's what he sees. He's his father. He could be his new father figure. In fact, he kind of looks at he kind of says, kind of in a way, he's like, you're feisty, not like your punk ass dad. He kind of pretty much like, I already got your father running and get stuff for me now. Like he's almost saying, I got your father in fear, but you came all the way up here to kill me. Aren't you sweet?
Aren't you sweet? Adorable. He loves it. He loves it.
I love
it. It's so crazy, but I mean, it's good. It gives the character nuance. So I'm glad we saw more of the Sanctuary, more of kind of where they are. We still don't really know where they are, but we kind of see a little bit. They were very tight with the last episode, so you didn't really know what kind of compound they were in. Now we kind of see, okay, it's kind of like a factory, and we're seeing bits and pieces. Yeah, that's right, exactly. So again, I'll give it a solid 4. It could have had they could have threw in a little gratuitous something or other. I mean, all right, 2 people got killed, but they were killed very quickly by Carl. Like, you could have seen somebody get hit with Lucille. I mean, something, just give me something. They've starved us. They gave us a great season opener, and it's been like slow. I mean, give me a little taste of something.
Well, come on, you got to see a fat guy get his arms ripped off as he fell out of a deer stand.
I know, but he was dead already. I want to see one of the saviors get bonked in the head for doing something stupid or whatever.
No, that was disturbing to me because for a second I thought I saw myself in the future. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, and that deer stand, is that what you thought that was you?
No.
Big fat dude just
he falling out of the tree. Okay, that's right.
Only if he had cake in his hand.
What do you mean in the future? Just busting balls, man.
That's what guys do, man. Yeah.
Guys do. Your dad should have taught you this.
He's right. He said that your dad should have taught you these things, man.
That was another one of your punk ass dads.
Well, Shane tried teaching those things, but Rick wasn't dead.
That's right. That's it.
Oh no, Rick was trying to teach him, but Rick was in the house and Carl.
You know what's really funny? He don't even know his child left.
No, Rick has no idea. He's already back already. That's
no
right.
idea.
Right.
No idea.
That's exactly. So I don't know if you saw the preview for next week, but you did see that sweaty, broken Rick again. I don't know if you saw that one image of him, right?
I saw that look.
I was thinking you guys saying, "Oh, here we go. It's a sweaty Rick again."
Sweat harder than ever before.
A broken, sweaty Rick.
I had my glands induced. So
but he gotta get
even harder now.
Yeah, that's probably from getting into that house or whatever to get the stuff.
Oh, okay. So he came out of the water, is what you're saying. Okay, it's not just sweat.
Yeah, I think it's him trying to figure out how to get up in that place.
In that houseboat. So who cares what we think, folks? We have a lovely Facebook group, over 800 members strong. You can leave your very own Buster ratings, which we'll read right here on the show. Jim, if you would do the honors, please, and read our lovely Buster ratings from this week.
as lovely and talented Craig DeMont mentioned, the Walking Dead TV podcast is the name of the Facebook group, except no substitute. Also on that Facebook group, you can find links to Aaron's in-depth reviews of every episode of The Walking Dead that is available on theyoungfolks.com, but they're directly linked from our Facebook group, so you should check that out as well. And there are fun memes and everything else, but like Craig said, we ask you for your best ratings. Jeff Rhodes is firsties this week. 8.2 hot irons to the face out of 9. You go first is the oldest trick in the book. Out effing standing episode. Negan is more entertaining than Rick, at least while Rick is all pussified. Stealthy, snipey, gunner, knifey. Love that, Eugene.
Can I just say one thing? Jeff wrote this review like before the episode was even over. Like,
right. He adds to it later. He goes, "Oh crap, thought it was over." 8.5 Walker modes out of 9 instead of 8.2. So went up a bit after the last set of Negan jokes.
You realize it was an hour and a half. That's good.
Dre Irving gave us a 5. It's only a flesh wound out of 5. This is my favorite episode of the season. I actually love Negan and Carl together. It created such a strange yet interesting on-screen chemistry between characters that shouldn't work. I loved it until the last scene, and then my heart sank. Spencer for Hire is forever and always the worst. Agreed. However, this week I didn't cringe at the scenes and thinking maybe evolving into someone useful, or he's going to try to kill Rick. Rosita and Michonne Sassmouse were 100% this episode. Also, who else misses the comic book spoilers y'all used to do at the end of the podcast? Just wondering. And Seth Tillman said he misses them as well. And I wanted to bring that up. I didn't get a chance to. This was fairly close to the comic.
I mean, if we start doing those, I was thinking the same thing when I read Ray's thing. If we start doing those, it's like they're taking it page by page right now.
Yeah, they are.
So it's almost going to spoil it 100% if we do that. But I mean,
yeah, this episode especially. I mean, we did put them at the end of the show, so people didn't have to, go be spoiled. Jordan
would say, "Okay, tune out now if you don't want to hear the."
No, I need it. Tune out now. No, tune out. You too, Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah.
Seth Tillman, 4 steering wheel shaped foreheads out of 5. Great adaptation from the comics. Negan was way creepy holding Baby J, and the Iron Scene was way badass. Favorite episode of the season so far. Janet Brim 3.75 to Zombie Roadblocks. Overall, I enjoyed the episode, but as Carl pointed out, Negan just doesn't seem as threatening anymore. I think my favorite moments were "You go first." Can't believe Jesus fell for that one. And Gabriel, Polly Spencer, a tremendous.
Hey, Jesus just took a leap of faith.
Oh man.
Not sure they need the extra half hour. I agreed there. Carl Hooker 4.5. Bobbers around the houseboat out of 5. Took off 0.5 for the length. Seemed to just be there to add more commercials. I agree. For a half second, I thought Carl was going to hit Negan with Lucille. Glad to see Daryl is ready to get off Easy Street and break out. Not sure what Michonne's play is going to be, but at least she's trying. Same with Rosita. Don't mess with the women on the show. I think Carol taught us all that. Even Olivia with the bitch slap for the win. Gabriel's going on and seeing Ninja Jesus up to his old shenanigans. Susan Monk 3 truths out of 5. First of all, if all the episodes are going to be 90 minutes, it's going to be Sons of Anarchy hate watch all over again. 2, I bet Carl felt good getting some fresh air in that eye socket. And 3, I'm about 50% less into Negan now. Mike Jones 5 adventures and Negan sitting out of 5. The Negan Carl interaction was a joy to watch. Love seeing more of the Savior's World. I think Dwight's wife is more into Negan than either of them want to admit. Carl definitely has Titanic-sized balls to do what he did, attacking Negan's group. Bravo to Chandler Riggs in this episode. Now the only question remains: will the mid-season finale end the way that pisses us all off for months?
I'm going to say yes.
Sure. I would say it usually does. Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, at least it's going. Sure.
Johnny Stower 4.5. The Iron Face scene made me hungry for a grilled cheese sandwich out of 5. Grilled face sandwich.
Gooey, like the gooey pullback, like you said. Yeah.
This is how JDM should play Negan every episode. Not over the top. Almost a perfect episode. Poor Olivia got the fat shaming. Where the hell did Jesus go? Hope Negan doesn't take half of Rick's kids. Jim, you can add face grilled cheese sandwiches to the cookbook now.
Don't worry about that one, Johnny. It's written Jesus will return one day.
So can you guys start adding the view ratings per episode like Jordan used to? Thanks.
Can I start with adding? Was it the view rating? We talked about it from time to time. I don't think we do each episode, but
we talked about how the ratings are kind of plateaued for this.
Right, and we record on Monday night. That's not even out now. Like, sometimes you guys just do it Tuesday and Wednesday, right?
No, but we could probably do the ratings a week behind.
Right.
We have to, yeah.
Because they do plus the reasons stuff have to come in, right?
Right. Well, even a lot of times we don't. There are times where we don't even have the regular numbers by the time we record Monday.
Yeah, because right now it's only 10:40 on the night after this episode aired, so it's only 24 hours after. So I don't know. We can try though. I'll definitely, if it's anything ratings related, I'll definitely bring it up.
Yeah, we have been as I'm saying, talking about it in a more general way, but not in specifics. It's interesting because everybody's like, "Oh, it's plateaued, It's like it's still the highest rated show.
Even we can say it still beats everything else, right? Yeah.
Karen Shee, 4 snipey gun knifeys out of 5. Great adaptation from the comics. Chandler Riggs actually did a pretty good job in the singing scene. My heart dropped when Negan found Judas. Please let the mid-season finale bring together all the elements and storylines. Charlie Messing, a solid 4 out of 5. I really enjoy multi-story, multi-character episodes. They should do more of them. Brent Jones, 4 worst babysitters ever out of 5. Carl forgot his hat, so now his powers are lost. I feel Carl would have fired on Negan the second he would have saw him, and it'd be a miracle if Jesus gets out of the Savior's compound alive. Not even Rosita's worth of face melting. Daryl Neal, maybe the houseboat is where our group rearms. Looks like this half season is going to end without a ton of action. While I've enjoyed this half season of setting up the future of the show, I hope they pick up the action next half and they may be in trouble. I hope they don't stretch this Negan arc out too long.
Well, I'm sorry. He already signed for season 8, folks. So
yeah, but I'm hoping the back half of this season will be some version of the all-out war storyline.
I mean, no, I'm sorry, but by him being Morgan admitting that he already signed season 8, it's like you almost know he's not going to be killed, right? Like,
exactly.
That's not going to kill.
That out.
It takes a lot of attention out of it.
But shouldn't they have kept it a little bit more secret? Like, I mean, he was on Howard Stern talking about, like, yeah, man, I already signed season 8. It's like, okay, well.
The only way this would be great is if he said all that and he gets killed this season.
Then he comes back to that flashback or something.
Oh no, he just did it as a red herring.
Right? I see what you're saying.
Paul McEachern gives it 2 out of 5. So I'm sorry, I'm just not buying Negan at all. I want the storyline done. In relation to what we were just talking about. Nicholas Marcello, 5 maple syrup bottles out of 5. I thought they played Negan perfect this episode. His on-screen chemistry with Carl is eerie good. I like it better when they bounce around between the characters rather than focus on one person or group. I feel the first half of the season is all about setting up the second half. Can't wait to see what comes. Tarek Awar, 5 real-life PP Pants City members out of 5. Negan is just so great at breaking people down. It's scary, and I can't wait to see what Jesus does next.
I love the pictures up there.
Yeah, nobody F's with the Jesus, of course, from Big Lebowski.
Are they coming back with a remake of that? Like,
oh, they better not.
No, but it's all about Jesus. Hold on, listen. He's producing, I think, John Turturro.
Oh, he's talking about doing a Jesus movie.
Right, I'm sorry. Yeah, so Jesus movie, right.
Don't you dare touch it. That is one of the most perfect pieces of celluloid ever, is that film. I love the Big Lebowski. I
The
live
Dude
by the
vibes.
Lebowski. I am a certified ordained minister in the Church of the Dude.
We get it. You like it. Okay. This isn't a Lebowski podcast. Is it?
Calm it down.
We're down about 20% there, Sheets, okay? Richard Chopper Cherry Charrington, 4.5. Not all walkers are dangerous. The one up in the tree was harmless. Out of British humor again, out of 5. Big improvement on the past weeks. In fact, it's a close second to the season premiere. I still want to hate Negan, but I can't. Nice to see others in this episode, albeit for only a short time. Looking forward to the mid-season finale now. Hopefully it'll be a big cliffhanger to bring the viewers back after Christmas. Andrew Park, 4. Aaron Rick skinny dipping at the Walker's pool party, out of 5. I'm pleased that Jeffrey D. Morgan is turning the Negan notch down from 11D stupid, and more menacing flavors are coming through from him. Carl has quickly developed Stockholm syndrome. I haven't read this far in the comics, so I don't know if this is a trope they're going for. There are a lot of story strands to manage. I don't quite see how they can pull off the scattered pieces together, but I hope they don't double in doing so. Tensions arise in the Grimes Negan household when Negan gives Coral his own baseball bat and names her Judith. Michael Santana, 5. Venus DeMilo, Dear Stan Walker is out of 5. Where was the quality and substance in episodes 2 through 6? Amazing things can happen when you follow the comics. Great moments. All in caps.
Purist.
Obviously a fan of the comics. Tambono, 3.75. Olivia Fatcho, I'm glad Negan dialed it down a notch and speechifying, but I'm still antsy. The show is taking too much time to get going. Adam Fatah, I will give this episode 4 out of 5 T-Dog.
T-Dog.
You know, he drove that bus that one time for those kids. Honestly, I thought Negan would have at least had Carl in a holding cell, maybe given him a bit of the same treatment that Daryl had received in the Sanctuary. Hopefully next week, mid-season finale will deliver. David B. the third at 4. Best little whorehouses in Virginia out of 5. I halfway thought Negan was going to force Carl to lose his virginity with one of his wives, so that whole scene just seemed creepily off. I don't buy that Carl wouldn't have just kept shooting immediately when seeing Negan. One of those automatic weapon bullets would have hit him even with one eye. Katie Levesque, 4.5. Let's bitch slap the crap out of Negan's. Enjoy the Let's Back to Business and show what our whole crew is up to. Father Gabriel's creepy as hell still. Spencer is such a sniveling mama's boy weasel. I loved Olivia's bitch slapping Negan. He likes it when they're feisty. Yeah, good to see the members of the group all want to rebel against Negan except for Rick. But I hope that old Rick will rise from the swamp and come back curious to see what set off that chain of events. Michonne wasted all of her energies out there zombie piling and then commandeering the red-haired female savior. She could have just stayed home and had lemonade on the porch. Negan would have come right to her anyway. But Michonne had a pretty cool zombie through the year's kill. I hope next week is really more of the same and raising the needle back to normal ass-kicking mode.
Here.
So. And if you would like to share your opinions of each episode with us, really, next week is the mid-season finale, right?
Yeah, this is it.
We're definitely going to want to sign off on that.
We've been doing this, guys, for almost 16 weeks straight. I mean, we've had Fear the Walking Dead and then The Walking Dead pretty much right after it. So, yeah, this is the mid-season finale. We're going to take a little break, and so is the show.
Well,
Some of us. Yeah, from this anyway. We're still going to be podcasting, obviously, just not The Walking Dead for a little while.
But if you would like to share your opinions of the mid-season finale, by all means, join our Facebook group, get on the Busters thread, and we will happily oblige you.
Absolutely. It's great. Thanks, Jim, for reading those as usual. So, yeah, folks, any final thoughts on this episode? Any predictions?
It's something how all of a sudden there's this, we need weapons and we find them in this special place.
Yep.
Like, is that something that we really
That's really convenient, Daryl.
Yeah, really convenient.
Like
it is totally convenient. That's the one thing that could be
It's not that convenient. There is a swamp of walkers they have to get through.
Yeah, but pretty convenient.
It's
I'm just saying that creates a bit of inconvenience.
Not much of when the one thing you really needed that was taken away from you. When they had all those guns, they didn't see this. When the one thing you really need, the next episode or two, is when you find it. That's a little convenient.
And where's Rick's gun, by the way? I was thinking that the whole time. He's carrying the hatchet now, which again is very cool if you're a comic fan.
He took it, didn't he?
Does he take a python? Was that part of his stash? Was that part of the haul? I mean, was that his house somewhere? I mean, just out of bullets? I mean, I don't know.
No, I thought Negan took it because I thought he commented on it.
I thought he took it too.
Well, when did he comment on it? He was shooting the Desert Eagle. He wasn't shooting his python when he was fooling around with guns. I mean, I don't know.
We lost
track of the python.
Lost track of the gun, yeah.
But he's got the hatchet, so that's definitely cool for you comic fans out there because that's like Rick's signature weapon in the comics that he really hasn't carried until, well, basically now. He's got a machete, but you know, like, that's his favorite weapon of choice. I don't know. I just think that I think that based on this season finale is going to be anticlimactic at best.
Yeah.
And at worst, it's going to be just boring. And again, with the news that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is going to be already signed on for season 8, the producers of the show are just enamored with this character. They love the way he's acting. He's on every poster. It's not Rick's face anymore. When you Google The Walking Dead, or even like DirecTV where it shows you the little thumbnail of what you're watching, it's now Negan. Like it's all about him and the baseball bat, and it's like they're shifting it to him. So they're going to keep him on as long as possible, which means they have to keep delaying the storyline or the all-out war, which we know is coming, or we hope is coming in this version for a period of time. So I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic. Let's leave it that way.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. All right, good stuff. So where can listeners see us, view us, touch us, get in touch with us when we're not talking about The Walking Dead? How about you, Richard?
There ain't no touching it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I was getting a little ahead of myself there.
No boom boom in the boom boom.
God, I'm sorry. Okay, you want to get close to us.
If you wanted to follow me on the Twittergrams, it's at Chubtoad01. I'm on the DC TV podcast on this very network with these very gentlemen, Daryl and Jim, where we discuss all the DC television shows, and we just had an awesome discussion about the awesome crossover event last week on the CW from Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow. So
that was awesome.
It was awesome.
Awesome. Daryl, how about you?
You can hear me on and Jim and on Nothing's On, like we said, and you can check out my Twitter page, which is The Voice 123, and you can see all the links or check the website, which is Taylor Network Podcast, and check other podcasts that I'm on, such as that and Gotham by Geeks with Russell, who hopefully he'll come back to The Walking Dead someday.
If you're a Batman fan, that is the podcast to listen to.
Thank you.
Come back. We miss you, buddy.
Yes, Russ. What are you doing?
Where you been, man?
Fear the Walking Dead.
Lost in Mexico. Fear, yeah.
Fear scared him away.
No, I know what happened. He lived 2 miles.
He lived 2 miles.
Oh, wow.
Oh man. That's great. Did you record another what was that? Go Track Yourself?
Oh yeah, we recently recorded another Go Check Yourself. We have another one coming out next week. We're weekly now, so.
All right, it showed up on my you need to listen to on my phone this morning. I'm like, I gotta check this out. I gotta listen to that one. You guys are great.
Thanks. So we got more stuff coming up, and he has some stuff coming up working with Paramount. So okay, cool. But keeping with the show.
Yeah, seems like it's gonna be in shambles. That's great. Jim, how about you?
Well, as I mentioned, I produce and co-host the DC TV podcast, and also I'm on Nothing's On with Daryl on the Taylor Network Podcast.com, and you can follow me on the Twitters at Yoda Jones.
Excellent. And when I'm not talking The Walking Dead, I'm the host of the Auto Chat Show. You can get me at facebook.com/Auto Chat Show, autochatshow.com. Me and my co-host Teddy review new cars, discuss cars and pop culture, go over the remains of motor news, whatever else comes into our brains. That's kind of what we do on a semi-regular basis. We actually have a good slew of episodes coming up where we're set to go. We have the new Kia, Cadenza coming actually tomorrow, getting delivered. So we talk about that. We just reviewed the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution Final Edition. So some pretty cool stuff coming through if you're into new car reviews and just having a good old time. That's what we do here at Auto Chat Show, at Auto Chat Show on Twitter, Instagrams, and Facebooks, all that stuff. So when there's no more room in hell and the dead walk the earth, remember, in the zombie apocalypse, you can always call Uncle Negan to babysit, but you won't be ironing your shirts, just your face. Take care, folks.
And I cry. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I've always loved you and made you happy, and nothing else could come between. But now you've left me to love another. You have shattered all